This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. We have already discussed the first portion of this use case, how to predict the medical expenses. Now we are going to discuss the second part. See, all these variables are involved in this study: age, sex, BMI, children, smoker, region, expenses. We have read the data from this data set and we have used the head function to have a look at the contents of the first 5 records, and then we invoked the info function to get information about the various columns, and then we have found how many males are there, how many females are there, and then we have found mean variance for mean standard deviation for all the numeric variables, and then we got the histogram. Is the rough idea clear? Now let us continue the execution. Right, now we have executed up to this stage. Now we are going to find correlation coefficient. What is correlation coefficient? Now let us execute the command, and then I will tell you. See how many numeric variables are involved in our study. How many numeric variables? This, four, right? These are the four numeric variables. They are listed here. See, suppose you draw one one perpendicular from here and one horizontal line, both of them meet at this point. Now that means what value do you have? 0.30. This can be approximated to 0.30. This means that is 30% correlation between expenses and age. Similarly, I will tell you what is correlation. Please draw one horizontal, one perpendicular. That is 20% correlation between expenses and BMI. Similarly, 7% correlation between these two. What is correlation? It tells you how much related two variables are. See, there is 30% relationship between expenses and age. We are very much interested in this variable because we want to predict only this value. We are always interested in the variable which we want to predict. So we want to know how this variable is related to age, how this is related to BMI, how this is related to children. Got it? Now, what do you mean by 30% correlation? If two boys are very thick friends in such a way that either both of them come to the college or both of them don't come, so in such a case, say we will say that they are very closely related. The relationship between both of them is the strongest one. In other words, correlation between them is 1. 1 is the maximum value for correlation. On the other hand, assume that two boys are not at all related, they don't even say hi to each other, and then the correlation between both of them is 0. Is the rough idea clear? So 30% correlation is somewhat good. Similarly, 20% correlation is also good. 7% correlation is also all right in reality. Now let us note down this point and let us carry on. Now we are exploring the data. We are exploring the data to have an idea, right? What kind of, right, how, what kind, we try to get some insights. Now we are going to draw a diagram known as scatter diagram, right? Here I have told you again and again that we are interested in this variable because we want to predict only this one. So we always want to know how this variable is related to other variables. Now how do we find it? One way is to find the correlation coefficient by using this function. Another way is to use the scatter diagram. Here also we talk about expenses. And age. So we already know the relationship between expenses and age is 30. There is 30% relationship. Once again, we want to express that relationship between expenses and age in the form of a diagram. See, this is the diagram. There is an upward trend. Means when the age increases, expenses also increases. It's quite natural. Whenever my age increases, right, my medical expenses will also increase. When I become older and older, my medical expenses will also increase. So that's quite logical. Now we have just now displayed the relationship between expenses and age. Now we try to express the relationship between expenses and BMI. We already seen body mass index, right? If you become bulky, if you put on additional weights, your BMI value will increase. So if the BMI value increases, what does it mean? You have put on weight. That means, see, adding weight to your body will definitely invite more number of diseases. That means your medical expense will increase. So whenever the BMI value increases, right, the medical expenses increases. It's an upward trend. Now, the last picture, the figure that we are going to draw is to find out the relation between expense and children. There is a very clear relationship, but here the relationship is somewhat peculiar. Let us not worry about them, right? Let us just note down and proceed. Now we are going to carry out the most important and interesting point of the code. There we are going to find the relationship between the variables. Now let us have a look at the table. Please follow me very closely, otherwise you won't be able to understand. There are totally 7 columns, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now among these columns, right, we have numerical values in the first column, third column, fourth column, and seventh column, no harm. But what about the second column, right, and then the fifth column and sixth column? You have non-numeric values. See, all data science techniques like regression technique, classification technique, and clustering technique will work only if you have numeric values everywhere. So what we are going to do is very simple. Wherever the word, see, only the word yes and no get repeated, whenever the word yes comes, we will get it replaced by 1. Whenever the word no comes, we will get it replaced by 0. Whenever the word male comes, we will get it replaced by 1. Whenever the word female comes, we will substitute it with 0. And similarly, only 4 values get repeated: southwest, southeast, northwest, northeast. That's all. So we will use the combination 0 0 to represent this one: 0 1 1 0 and then 1 0 and then 1 1. 0 0 0 1 1 0 and then 1 1. That's all. So this can be done by applying this function get dummies. The categorical variables are also known as dummy variables. So the values, the non-numeric values, male, female, yes, no, southwest, etc., will be converted into numeric values. I told you, say male, instead of male, they will substitute 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0, right, 1 1. So they will do the substitution here, and then what do you see? What do you tell the computer? After these values are changed, now the new name of our table is df final. Now what do I tell the computer? Now go to the table df final, consider the column expenses. That is the last column, that is the last column. Consider this as the dependent variable. Y always denotes dependent variable. Now what about the independent variables? What do I tell the computer? Go to this table, drop this column, and consider everything else as independent variable. Go to this table, drop this column, and you are left with 1 2 3 4 5 6, this 6 column. So consider all these values as the right values of independent variables. Now you have defined the independent variable, you have defined the dependent variable. Now you say find the relationship between the independent variable and dependent variable. Say that is what we want to get. Such a relationship is known as regression relationship or prediction relationship. Now once we do this, we can predict the medical expenses. Given the values of x, you can get the value of y. Y is nothing but your expenses. Is a rough idea clear? And then we will also get one square known as r square. It will tell us how good our relationship is, whether it is 95% good, 75% good, and all. Let us execute. See, I told you, r square is 0.75. That means the relationship that I have worked out is 75% accurate. Now I am not satisfied with this level of accuracy. I want to get at least 85% accuracy. So how can I increase the accuracy to 85%? Now the boy says he has got 75 marks, let us say. I want him to get 85 marks. So I have to ask him to come and sit in front of me. I will ask some probing questions and then give him some tips and tricks. Then only he will get 85%. That's what we are going to do here also. Let me execute and then explain. Right now we are getting so many values. Now you see, so far we have used this library sklearn.linear model. Within that, we have one class known as linear regression. We used it just now, linear regression. Now what we are using? We are using another library, sklearn, statsmodels.formula. So instead of using sklearn, we are using statsmodels. See, the shorter name is SMF. That is what we are using here, SMF. When do we use SMF? This is known as ordinary least square method. Only when we use, you will get in-depth details. See, this 75% accuracy. We already got it, but we are also through that method, through this method also we can get. And then we get so many other values. These p values are very important, right? Now let us not get into the nitty-gritty details, but let us note one important point. If the p value is less than 0.05, it is less than 0.05, it is less than 0.05, but this one is greater than 0.05. If the p value is less than 0.05, that means the corresponding variable, see, look at the second value, it is less than 0.05. The corresponding variable age is very important, right? We should retain it in the equation, we should retain it in the model. It influences expenses. What do we want to predict? We want to predict expenses. So this is a great, right, the most important meaning conveyed by this p value. Similarly, have a look at this value point. This means this greater than 0.05. That means the gender is not important, right? We can throw it away, we can remove it from the equation, we can remove it from the model, no harm. It does not influence the value of expenses. What about this one? Next value 0.0, it is less than 0.05. That means BMI is important. So these p values tell us which independent variables. We have so many independent variables, right? Age, etc. Now what do they say? This one is important, this affects, this influences, right, this value. We also understand it's a logical one, you know, when I become old, I have to spend more towards medical expenses. This one is not important, right? Nowadays males and females are equal in all aspects, so whether you are male or female, medical expenses is not going, that gender is not going to decide your medical expenses, so you can drop that variable. But the BMI is important. If you put on more weight, your BMI will be more. BMI is more means you put on more weight, then your medical expense will increase. Number of children is definitely important. When you have more number of children, your medical expense will be more. See, consider this variable. Yes, it is less than 0.05. Is a rough idea clear? Similarly, you can think of so many other interpretations. This value is 250 is coefficient. That means whenever your age increases by 1, your medical expenses will increase by roughly 256 rupees. Whenever your BMI increases by 1 unit, your medical expense will increase by so much. But this one is very, very important. If you are a smoker, right, your medical expenses will increase by leaps and bounds. This E plus 0.4 means 10 raised to the power 4, that is 10,000. When you multiply 2.385 by 10,000, you get 23,850. So if you become a smoker, you should be ready to spend additional 24,000 rupees towards your medical expenses. Now we have that. This is how, right, the data scientist should be able to read the data, interpret, and carry on. We will see the remaining portion of this use case, interesting use case, now in the next video. We are going to post many more videos corresponding to this interesting use cases. So better you subscribe to this channel. Whenever we post an interesting use case, you will immediately get notified. Thank you.